Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So my name is Amanda if you guys are new here, and I'm a 23-year-old cash budgeter that lives in Texas. So today's video is going to be my sinking funds closeout for the month of September, but we are also going to be doing a bill swap in this video, or like bill condensing, and I'm really excited about that because I haven't filmed a bill condensing in quite a minute now. I don't know how much we're actually going to be able to switch out because I did pull out the $370 that I will need for about the next 2 weeks worth of videos. So we have $100, $200, $300, $320, $40, $60, and $70. So that's kind of what we're going to start with. I'm hoping that as we get through everything, we'll be able to pull out 50s and more 20s and stuff like that. But anyway, the scenery and sound is probably a little bit different. Well, it's a lot different actually. We are in my new office space, so I'm very excited to be in here. This is like the first video that you're actually seeing of me in this space, so ignore the echo if it is a little bit prominent. We don't really have anything on the walls yet, but we do have quite a bit of furniture in here, so that's nice. But these are my sinking funds that I like to track. So I have my sinking funds binder, my annuals, and then I have just my pet emergency fund out of the pet binder since that one gets spent pretty frequently. I don't track my savings challenges that I budget for, like challenges 1, 2, and 3, or my Disney icons binder, just because they kind of track themselves. And they interchange, or I don't even know if that's the right word, but they switch out pretty regularly. So I figured I would leave those off because I don't really have enough room. I also don't track my baby binder because I'm currently not stuffing it, and then my home binder isn't really like a priority right now, so I don't track that either. Again, it's really just for the available space that I have. I don't have enough room to track everything, but these are all of the balances that we began the month with. So the way I get these numbers is I pull the end balance from the month before. So if we flip to August, these are the numbers that I just transferred over. So that is how I get those. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go through my binders, find out what we ended the month with, and then we'll do the math to figure out kind of what we added or spent out of those envelopes, all while also trying to condense. So that's the plan. Hopefully it works out that way. Because again, I haven't really filmed something like this in a little while where we're also condensing. So we're going to start with the categories we know that are larger, like Christmas, travel, where they can get like a $100 bill and it won't be weird with the spending. Now I have $300 bills. I don't know where I'm going to put that third one. I guess we'll see kind of how high these categories have gotten. Since Christmas doesn't really need like smaller bills, we can just go ahead and start there. So that is going to be this second one right here. And we'll just condense as we get our amounts. So Christmas, it started the month with $240, and we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 200, 210, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 310, 315, and 320. So we ended the month with $320. This is super awkward because I'm writing vertically and normally I kind of write to the side. So we have 320. We started with 240, which means we added $80. So we'll go ahead and put that here. Okay, so that's really nice. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is grab. Why can't I English? We're actually just gonna grab. I guess we'll take. Should we just take all three of the hundreds? We should, right? Because we have a little while till we get to Christmas. So $320 is what's going to be staying in here. And then we have all of this cash to use for condensing purposes, which is really exciting. So this is also how I'm going to get the lower denominations that I will need for future videos. So we have 1, 2, 3, 20 going back into Christmas. So that got rid of our biggest bills, and that is so much smaller than it was before already, which is awesome. So we can just go ahead and go back to car maintenance and kind of just go in order now, since the largest bill we had is a 50. So car maintenance started with 120. I did get an oil change this month, so it will be lower than that. We have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, and $78 in car maintenance. So we are for sure going to have a negative balance here. Okay, so 78 minus 120 is what I was supposed to do. So we spent $42. There we go. I need to make sure to put the end number first. So we have a total of 78. I think we'll just go ahead and leave it as is. Part of me was gonna give it a 50, but I don't know that we have to because we're gonna spend this pretty soon since Jordan needs an oil change. So we'll just, actually we can give it some 20s. So there's 2 10s, we'll grab a 20. And then we'll just leave it like that. So $78 for car maintenance, because this one's not very bulky, and it again gets spent pretty frequently, so I'm not too worried about that one. I really want to condense the stuff that's going to sit here a while. So date night, it wasn't an envelope last month, so it did start with 0. We now have 10, so we added $10 in this envelope. I really want to try and focus on this one a little bit more, just because Jordan and I do really like to spend some time with each other, not always at the house. So I feel like that would be a good category to kind of beef up. So next will be Disney pins. I actually don't think we touched it at all this month. So it started with 100 and I believe we ended with that as well. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So yeah, there is that, because we didn't really have to, well, I'm not using this until I go to Disney, and then I haven't been focusing on adding anything because $100 is a good amount for pins. So usually they'll run about $20 or 50, like anywhere from $10 to $20 a box. So we might also just leave this one as is, because it's not too bulky. So there's Disney pins. So film cameras, this one also did not exist last month, so it started with 0, and we have $5, $6. So we cannot switch anything out, but it's going to be plus 6, which is really nice. So far we only have one that's negative, so that's fine. Next will be gifts. So we started gifts with $110, and let's see what we ended with. We have 20, 40, 50, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 105, 10, 15, 20. So we have $120 in gifts, which means we only added $10. So that's pretty cool, and I don't think we ended up using any of it, which I'm really bad about that because my sister-in-law's birthday did pass. I still need to give her her gift, and then my sister's birthday is coming up as well. So how do we want to do this? We can for sure grab some 20s, so let's do that. We're gonna end up using up all these 20s pretty quickly. Actually, should I give it a I should give it a 50 also, right? Okay, so we'll put 2 of these back and a 10, and then we'll grab this 50. And then let's get some 10s. So that way we don't have any of these nasty 5s. Hopefully those get used pretty quick. Okay, so we should still have a total of 120. So 50, 70, 90, 100, 110, and 120. Perfect. So that is going to be it for gifts. Okay, so holidays, this one as well did not exist last month. So in here we have 10, 20, and $21. So we were able to add $20, I believe, from Freebie Fridays, which is really nice because those challenges do help out a lot. So there is a total of 21 in holidays. So again, this is for things not like Christmas or like Father's Day, Mother's Day. It's more like Thanksgiving, whether it's for clothing for that or if we're doing potluck style to kind of take food to those gatherings. So next is going to be medical. Poor thing, I never focus on her ever. We had 16 at the beginning of the month. We now have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we just added $3, which is very believable because I never put anything in here, which is pretty bad, but it's fine. Self-care, let's see what we have in here. I don't think we really have much. We have $1, 2, 3, $4, and we started the month with 20. So what is that? $16, negative 16. So I know maybe I need to like track this a different way because I'm able to get like the difference from the start to the end of the month, but it doesn't really tell me like how much I added. So to get those numbers, I guess usually what I'll do is just kind of go through and add it up here, since I do like to track how much I saved. This is kind of like my monthly closeout sheet that I ordered with the planner. So for my savings goal, the $400, I like to put $100 a week to sinking funds. So this is like that budgeted $400, and then we'll see what I actually was able to put when I go through and add all of these numbers. So that's kind of how that works. And then this is the process that I currently have set up for my sinking fund closeouts. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but either way, I'm tracking the beginning and the end balance, which I think is the point of this. I don't know. But we have $6 in splurge. So this used to be clothing, but now it's kind of a universal spending envelope. So we had $6, but we started with 20. So we used 14 of this, which is correct because I took money for the tip for my nail appointment out of this envelope. So next will be tattoos. It started with 9, it ended with 0. So you see what I mean? Like here, it looks like we just spent $9, but we had ended up putting like $80 in here at some point. So I don't know, I guess that money just gets lost in the abyss. I have no idea. So if you have tips on how I'm actually supposed to do this, please definitely let me know down below, like how I can make this more efficient, or if you think this suffices. I really just do this, again, just to track the beginning and end numbers. I don't really care about this part since I do have my weekly breakdowns of what I actually stuffed. So toiletries started with 45 and we're ending with 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 2, and 3. So $53 in toiletries. I don't think we're going to condense this one just because toiletries come in a variety of different prices. So I feel like having a variety of bills will be useful when I actually use the money. That looks really gross. I don't know what happened there, but there is toiletries ready to go. Next will be travel. So this one we can condense, which is kind of funny because I got rid of the larger bills. So we started with $111 in here. And we're ending with 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 30. $130 is what I counted. So 130. And again, we started with 111. So we added $19, which I wish I did more than that, but that's okay. So 19. Let's go ahead and get some 20s in here. So let's just pull these. I kind of want to save some of the 10s and stuff for, what do you call it, my annuals, which I think I have already switched out, I don't know, some other time. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. So travel, again, should have 130, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, and 130. Okay, so those are all of the envelopes in my sinking funds binder. So we're going to hop into my annuals. It's already a lot thinner, which is pretty crazy. So that's nice. It's like super skinny. I should have got a before picture. So let's go ahead and go into my annuals, which is my yellow binder right here, and see what we can switch out, if anything. So look at my little thumper dashboard. Okay, again, I do think I already condensed some of these when I was trying to make change for my Freebie Friday video. So anniversary, wow, it started with $1, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So $9 in here, which means we added 8. So something like this that I haven't spent that like is tracked correctly. So I guess it's when I do spend it where it gets a little weird. So car registration has 10, 15, 16, 17, $18. So we added 5. I really like tracking, or like, I like tracking my annuals at the end of the month because I started not counting them during the week just so we can kind of count them together here. Since they get lower denominations, it won't be too repetitive. So we ended with $5 in D23, which means we added 4. So if you don't know what D23 is, it is a Disney membership. It's kind of well, I don't exactly know 100%. I guess there's more to it than what I know of. But I know they'll do annual conventions where they kind of talk about the newest additions to like Disney parks or just Disney in general. That's kind of where they'll have like all their announcements, and it's just a really big, fun Disney convention. I really want the membership because they send out annual gifts, and sometimes that includes limited edition Disney pins, and I do like to collect Disney pins, which is why I really want that membership. That's like the main reason I want it, which is pretty crazy because it's like $200 a year for a set of pins, but to me, it's worth it. So my husband's birthday, his envelope has $5, $6, $7, $8, $9. And it started with 1, so we added 8 in here as well. So for my annuals, the priorities get $2 a week, and then everything else gets $1. I think I want to try and alter that to maybe $3 a week, and then everything else still gets $1, just to kind of amplify these because they're all really close together at the end of the month, which I think I've mentioned before. So we have an anniversary in November, then our wedding anniversary is in December, followed by Jordan's birthday in January, and then my birthday in February. So it's pretty close, it's pretty tight together, so we're trying to bulk those up. So there is Mother's Day, then planner has $7 as well, so we added 4 in here. I still need to make my October stickers for my planner, so I don't know what design I want to do for that yet. We'll see. So Sam's Club just has 5, a really lonely, sad $5 bill. So vaccinations has 1, 2, 3, 4. So this we'll be able to do some math for because we started with 36, but I did have to take the cats to get their vaccines. So we did use up $32 of what we had. So there is vaccines ready to go. I do need to start giving this one $2 a week actually, because I have 3 animals that are all getting saved up in this envelope. I have vaccines for 3 animals that I need to get, is what I'm trying to say. So my birthday has $5, $6, $7, $8, $9. Yes, that is correct. So $9 in there. So again, with the $8 addition. Okay, then the last envelope that we have to go into is my pet emergency fund. So I don't have an envelope for my own emergency fund. This is just for my animals. And that is the only envelope in here that we're going to track because I don't plan on spending that one frequently. So I want to make sure that I have tabs on it, even though it does have a tracker in here. So their emergency fund started with 0 because, again, this binder didn't exist last month. And it now has 20, 30, 40, and then $45. So we'll go ahead and grab a 20. And there is the 45 that we need. And then we added $45 in here. Okay, so that should complete the sinking funds closeout and also the bill swapping. Since we didn't really have a ton of categories that were extremely large, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching. I'm sorry if it was a little more slow pace. I'm also kind of filming this pretty late at night, but this should be a total of $370 if we swapped everything out correctly. So we're gonna count this to make sure I have the right money, because again, this is the money I'm gonna use for the rest of the week. This is how I get my denominations instead of having to go to the bank. So we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. Perfect. So we have the correct amount of money that we'll need for the rest of the week and next week as well. So again, with that being said, you guys, that is everything for this video. I really hope that you all enjoyed watching. Let me know if you track your sinking funds a different way, maybe something that makes a little bit more sense. I don't do weekly check-ins, and I don't plan to do that. That is a lot of work for me. Personally, I've tried it, and I just cannot do it. But with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this little video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe down below if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.